On the 25th of May 2017, Norwich appointed Daniel Farke as head coach. He was the man they chose to rebuild the team on a tight budget. As soon as he was appointed, the entire first team squad was overhauled. They had churned out several starting players in order to recreate the team, which also freed up some space for the developing talent. Cameron Jerome, Jacob Murphy, Ryan Bennett, Sebastian Bassong, Johnny Howson, and John Roddy were some of the starting players who were let go in the very first transfer window that Farke oversaw. In his first full season in charge, he guided them to a 14th place league finish. Ahead of the 2018-19 season, the club cleared out more first-team players. The likes of Wes Hoolahan, Josh Murphy, and James Maddison were out the door. The club made a few signings with the likes of Buendia, Pookie, and Krul making their way to Carrow Road. Despite a slow start, Farke's second season was far more successful, and the team spent most of the season at the top of the table, helped on by the championship top scorer in Teemu Pukki, who bagged 29 goals. Norwich City were crowned champions on the final day following a victory against Aston Villa. On the Premier League stage, Teemu Pukki was quick out the blocks last time out. The Norwich forward scored a consolation goal in their opening fixture, which was a 4-1 defeat at Anfield against the eventual champions. Despite conceding 4 goals, there was a certain resilience to the team. They weren't stagnant or complacent, even in the face of defeat. This was not the Norwich that we were used to. You could see the particular brand of football that Daniel Farke was trying to configure. Following the defeat at Anfield, they played Newcastle at Carrow Road and beat them 3-1 with Pukki scoring a hat-trick. The following match day ended in a 5-goal thriller at Carrow Road against Lampard's Chelsea. They were very unlucky to lose that one. The next home fixture saw them play Manchester City, who had just wiped the floor with Brighton, smashing them 4-0 and bringing their goal tally to 14 from their opening 4 fixtures. Norwich played fearlessly and deployed a 2-man press which worked wonders. They won the match 3-2 to hand Guardiola his first loss of the season. To put things into better context, Manchester City went on to beat Watford 8-0 the following match day. That is the kind of attacking impetus they were up against. At the end of match day 8, Norwich were in the relegation zone and never made it out. I think conceding 75 goals had something to do with it. They found the back of the net a mere 26 times, with Pukki netting 11 of those himself. They only scored 7 away goals in the entire campaign, an unwanted Premier League record. In their 2020-2021 championship season, their mandate was to recoup. They finished the season as the championship's top scorers with 79 goals in 46 games. They held the longest winning streak in the championship, winning 9 games consecutively. 6 Norwich players made the PFA Championship Team of the Year, on their way to winning the championship. They were Tim Krul, Max Aarons, Grant Hanley, Oliver Skip, Buendia, and Teemu Pukki. I think Norwich are capable of causing an upset this season. I think we are going to be impressed with them. I think for the matches at Carrow Road, the fans will be more concerned about the team performances rather than their results. In the nets, Tim Krul was superb with them, keeping 17 clean sheets in the championship. I think they are going to play with Angus Gunn in the nets this season. He developed at Norwich City, honing his skills there before making a move to Manchester City. Last year, he secured a loan move to Stoke City to cover for the injured Jack Butland. There, he kept 6 clean sheets in 15 appearances in the championship. Should the 25-year-old Englishman perform in the Norwich nets, he may very well be on his way to the World Cup. In the Euros, the England backup keepers were Aaron Ramsdale and Sam Johnston. Both of them have been relegated to the championship. So in the English top flight, his competition is Jordan Pickford and Dean Henderson. Whilst I don't wish injury upon either of them, I can't say the same for Gunn. I think an England call-up is beyond Hart, McCarthy, Pope, and Butland on account of their age. But after the lot, Nick Pope could prove me wrong. Ben Gibson and Captain Hanley are the centre-back pairing. Max Aarons is a marauding right-back. His 61 key passes was second to Bundia from the entire squad last season. He was also able to unleash 28 attempts. Norwich had the highest pass accuracy in the championship with 82.8%. I think this was underpinned by their consistent midfield. This same midfield has seen two big changes in personnel. Bundia has left the club permanently and Oliver Skip has returned to Spurs after his season-long loan concluded. They lost a tackler in Skip, someone who could break up opposition attacks and win the ball for them. The window is still open, so it's yet to see what will happen with him. Personally, I think he will opt to stay at Spurs and fight for a spot in that squad. The short-term replacement is Billy Gilmore, but I think they can add to that. Mohamed Besic is without a club and they could do a lot worse than him. Perhaps they can look to secure the services of a Liverpool youngster. Curtis Jones may be out of their reach, but what about Harry Wilson or Harvey Elliott? From the Championship, someone like Duncan Watmore or David Brooks. I'd like to see both of them back in the Premier League, and I think they could be a good fit here. They lost Bundia, who recorded 16 assists in the Championship, and I think they'll be okay without him. Yes, they are stronger with him in the team, and yes, you cannot replace him, but I think they will be able to manage without him. A lot of the responsibility now falls upon Cantwell's shoulders. Will he be able to find those passes that Bundia could? Can he play in Aarons or Pookie consistently? He's not the same player that we saw last time around. I'm sure his game has developed and he will be a treat to watch. McLean and Hernandez are the less talked about players in the midfield. McLean is more of a ball player and Hernandez is more effective going forward. McLean is very composed on the ball, and I think he has more composure in those tight areas than the likes of Cantwell. He is like their silent playmaker. He pulls the strings behind Cantwell. He won't be as advanced as Cantwell or Pookie. McLean could be the team's most important player, and he is my pick of the midfield. He doesn't dribble much, but he does wriggle and drop his shoulder very well. He launches a lot of their attacks, and is very much their transitioning midfielder. He may very well finish the season with 0 goals and 0 assists, and yet he can still be the team's best player. He's very intelligent and mature on the ball. He will set up alongside Billy Gilmore and look to feed their attackers. He missed the Scotland Euros because he injured his knee ligaments in their last game of the season. That leaves me with Everton youth product Kieran Dowell to complete their midfield. He is their number 10. He does have a great first touch and is very smart around the final third, but I do think he lacks the confidence that you need in those tight areas of the pitch. I haven't seen much of him, so I can't really offer my opinion. There is not much more I can add to Teemu Pukki that you don't already know. He just needs to score. Norwich have the most difficult opening fixture list. In their first 6 matches, they play Liverpool, City, Leicester, Arsenal, and Everton. Now, this may be a blessing in disguise. They are starting the season with a full squad, so how will they fare? Can they limit those silly errors where they get dispossessed in their half? If they get caught out, can Angus Gunn show that he is also a force in the nets? Perhaps even give his centre-backs some sort of reassurance that things are not going to be the same. These opening fixtures can really define the season. Look at the quality they faced. You are definitely going to concede. Some goals will just be unavoidable, but it's those other ones. Can Pookie start strong? What will Cantwell do? Just how good of a tackler is Billy Gilmore? Can they respond to going 3-0 down at halftime? Can they create some sort of home form? What happens if they concede against the run of play? Until we meet again.